Hey guys, what's going on? Today I'm gonna review the show You. It's on Netflix. The fifth and finale of this show just came out like a few months ago, and I was interested in reviewing this show because it's one of my favorites, and I hope you guys will enjoy this. And let's get started. Um, so this is a thriller show about a serial killer sociopath, Joe, who is played by Penn Badgley. And this series is based on the original novel You, which is written by the author Caroline Kepnes. And this is for season one. So season one was based on the main book You, but season two and three were based on the sequel to the U novel, which was The Hidden Bodies, also written by Caroline Kepnes. And this show has five seasons. It started from 2018 all the way to 2025. And its finale came out on April 24th. 2025 for all episodes. And this show is developed by Greg Berlanti and Sarah Gamble, who's also the showrunner. Um, and the story of this series is mainly on Joe Goldberg, who is a sociopathic serial killer, as I mentioned. And so he's interested in stalking women and try to basically meddle with their lives and try to figure out a way how to attract their feelings towards himself. And so basically, he tries to get inside their daily lives and try to meddle with their daily interactions with other people. And he's also murdered a few people, especially in season one, and also throughout other seasons. Which, if you start watching the show, you'll see that he is involved in a lot of killings and in a lot of murders and stuff. And he's basically affected by the women's daily interactions with other people and those that might harm those women. He would try to kill those people or put them in danger. So yeah. The main cast of this series is Penn Badgley, who plays the lead character Joe Goldberg, and Elizabeth Lail plays Beck, who appears in season one. Victoria plays Love Quinn, who is in seasons two and three. She also guest stars in season four. And also Beck plays in season four and five, seasons two, four and five as a guest star. And Shay Mitchell plays Peach in season one. And Tati plays Marianne. She primarily appears in season three initially, and she also appears in season four and five. And I think she's in only one episode in season five, if I'm not mistaken. And Charlotte Ritchie plays Kate in season four and five. And Madeline plays Bronte in season five. And Olaf and Beck, Love, Marianne, Kate, and Bronte are all Joe's love interests throughout the various seasons of the show. And Peach is Beck's friend. She's one of her friends. And so Joe meets each of these women in a different season. And yeah. The locations of the filming primarily took place in NYC for season one, and the finale also took place in New York. But season two takes place in LA, and season three takes place in California suburbs in San Francisco, and season four takes place in London. And some of the key locations in the show include real spots like New York's York Avenue, which basically showed Mooney's bookstore in season one. Mooney's bookstore is the place where Joe Goldberg works as a bookstore manager, and he worked alongside Ethan, who was his assistant in the library, and London's Royal Holloway for Darcy College in season four. That's actually in the University of London in the UK, and also there were quite a few studio sets as well. And why did the show do well overall? I think each season explores a different nature that Joe Goldberg had, and as we progress into the later seasons, we see that it explores a different version of Joe, and so we get to know Joe a little more as we go into later seasons in deeper, and it explores a deeper perspective of Joe. And the cast also had an amazing performance, especially Penn Badgley as Joe Goldberg, as well as um, Elizabeth Lale as Beck and Victoria as Love Quinn. And I think all these supporting cast also had an amazing performance. And but my main shout out is to Penn, Elizabeth, Victoria, and also other main lead cast. And the show deeply explored other characters as well, and also their flaws. So in each season we get to know different characters, and we also can see their outcomes and their flaws, and the struggles they have to deal with in this season that in each season. And so yeah. The show didn't do great. What the show didn't do great at is the repetitive formula. So the show was criticized for relying on the same basic Joe finds a new obsession in a new city formula each season. So basically, the audience got bored at how the creators of the show tried to basically make a repetitive plot for every season. So for each season, basically Joe is obsessed with a different person, and the audience doesn't like this idea because they think that it's just a repetitive idea of how they are going to make the show. And so one of the other reasons that the show may not have done great is the wasted potential and the poor ending. In IMDb, I think the finale of season five, which is the whole finale of the show, did get a pretty low rating compared to other episodes. I think it was like 5 point something, and I think the audience wanted the show to end in season three, mainly because they thought that after season three the show got pretty lame, and so yeah. I also didn't like season 4 that much because the characters and the main characters of season 4 weren't that much likable to me, and they didn't relate well compared to other seasons. And I didn't actually like many of the characters in season 4 and also in season 5. But the other seasons were great, especially seasons 1 and 2. And yeah. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this and see you next time.